Cold open, millions of people are taking cold showers every single morning thinking they are optimizing their recovery. And the science says they might actually be sabotaging their gains. What your favorite fitness influencer never told you could be costing you months of progress. Locked intro. Welcome back to the Real Bio Protocol, the channel where we break down the science of peptides, fitness, and health optimization that most people will never hear about. Today we are diving into something that could completely change the way you think about cold exposure and muscle recovery. We are going to cover exactly how it works, what the real science says, the results you can expect week by week, and exactly what you need to do to get the most out of it. Stay with us until the end because we are going to give you the full protocol. Let's get into it. ACT1, the problem. You have seen it everywhere. Influencers jumping into ice baths, athletes bragging about their cold plunge routines. The message is clear. Cold exposure equals faster recovery equals more gains. But here's what nobody is talking about. The fitness industry took one piece of science and ran with it without reading the fine print. Cold water immersion does reduce inflammation. That part is true, but inflammation after training is not your enemy. It is the signal your body uses to rebuild muscle bigger and stronger than before. When you suppress that signal immediately after lifting, you are essentially telling your body not to adapt. A 2015 study in the Journal of Physiology found that subjects who used cold water immersion after resistance training had significantly blunted muscle protein synthesis compared to active recovery. We are not talking about a small difference. We are talking about measurably less muscle growth over time. The same adaptation response you are training for gets cut off at the knees. ACT2, the hidden truth here is where it gets interesting. Cold exposure is not bad. It is just being used wrong. The research actually shows profound benefits for cold therapy, just not in the window everyone is using it. A 2022 meta-analysis found that cold water immersion improved parasympathetic nervous system activation, reduced perceived fatigue, and enhanced sleep quality when used strategically. The key word is strategically. Studies show that cold exposure 4 to 6 hours after training preserves the hypertrophy signal while still delivering recovery benefits. Even better, using cold on rest days or in the morning completely separate from training gives you the metabolic and mental benefits without interfering with gains. Brown fat activation. Dopamine increases of up to 250%. Improved insulin sensitivity. These are real documented benefits. You just cannot stack them on top of your training window and expect both to work. ACT3, the mechanism. Let me explain exactly what is happening at the cellular level. When you train, you create microscopic damage to muscle fibers. This triggers an inflammatory cascade, prostaglandins, cytokines, satellite cell activation. This is not damage to fear. This is the adaptation signal. Your body says something hard happened and I need to rebuild stronger. Cold exposure constricts blood vessels and reduces this inflammatory response. Great for an injury. Terrible for muscle growth. The same mechanism that reduces swelling also reduces the signaling molecules that tell your body to synthesize new muscle protein. Meanwhile, the benefits of cold. Norepinephrine release, mitochondrial biogenesis, improved vagal tone. These happen regardless of training proximity. You get the brain benefits and metabolic boost whether you do it at 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. The science is clear. Timing is everything. ACT4, the solution here is exactly what you should do. If your goal is muscle growth, never use cold exposure within 4 hours of resistance training. Morning cold showers on training days are fine as long as you train in the afternoon or evening. On rest days, use cold whenever you want. This is actually the ideal time to maximize metabolic benefits. Water temperature between 50 and 59 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 to 3 minutes is the sweet spot supported by research. You do not need an expensive plunge. A cold shower works. Start with 30 seconds and build up. For endurance athletes, the rules change slightly. Cold immersion after cardio does not blunt adaptations the same way. Use it strategically after long runs or rides. ACT5, the bigger picture. When you understand the science, you stop following trends and start making informed decisions. Cold exposure is a powerful tool. It boosts mood, improves resilience, and enhances metabolic health. But like any tool, it works best when used correctly. Now you know exactly when to use it and when to avoid it. You are not sacrificing gains for a dopamine hit. You are getting both. That is the difference between following influencers and understanding biology. Locked outro, the science is out there and now you have it. That is why we are here. This is the Real Bio Protocol. If you enjoyed this upload, do not forget to like and subscribe. Subscribing is completely free. Share this with someone who needs it and tune in again for the next upload. See you then. If you enjoyed this upload, do not forget to like and subscribe. Subscribing is completely free. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Tune in again for the next upload. This has been the Real Bio Protocol.